What are your beauty secrets?
My beauty secrets. Well, you know, a little honey on the skin, never hurt anybody. You know, I do take care of myself. I still work out 4 or 5 days a week, 30, 40 minutes a day. I stay pretty healthy. That was one of the factors 20 years ago when I did the film, was my physical stability, my mental ability was important, but to be able to be set on fire and the long evenings of work. I had a good stunt coordinator, Michael Nomad. He kept me alive. Thank you, Michael. Everything that we did, from being set on fire to shotgun jerkbacks with the cables, he walked me through it. So he really kept me alive, to be honest.
So you were the one actually doing all the stunts then. There was no Jason stunt double then. You were the guy.
It was me. I was 100%. Part of the process was they wanted a person that could also be a stunt man and do the acting. There was not a half and half. So yes, every single stunt in my movie was done by myself.
And what was your most scary scene to do, or the scene that you were most proud of?
I'm very proud of all the scenes as far as the kills. The scene that I'm very proud of is, a lot of people don't know that when we did the underwater scene, I was actually chained 20 feet underwater in an Olympic-sized pool. And when I say chained, they physically had me chained to the bottom. Thank goodness I had safety divers. I would signal for air. They'd come in and just stick a regulator in my mouth. But as far as fear, that was the one where you really believe in the people that are working to protect you, your safety divers around you, because should they have chosen not to come in and give me air, there's no way I could have got that chain off my neck and gotten to the top. So,
you know, I'm glad you're talking about that scene, because that's one of my most memorable scenes of the movie. And I hate water, being underwater, water up the nose. I like viewing it from afar.
Ah, you're a beach bunny.
Exactly. And I always wondered how they did those underwater scenes.
What they did is it was an Olympic-sized swimming pool in LA. They laid a black tarp on the entire bottom of the floor, so that's why it's so dark. And there was a huge bunch of rocks they put at the bottom of the chain, and they actually chained me, and then I would stand on top of the rocks so that the chain would drop down and give us the buoyancy, and you could see the bubbles going up. I would hear the camera because I could hear it in the water. I knew that meant action. Myself and the stunt man would start doing the fighting. When one of us would run out of air, which you can think, oh, I can hold my breath for a minute. Yeah, right. 30 seconds later, you're gasping for air. You signal. They would just pick the mask up and just shove a regulator in my mouth because I couldn't see anything. It was pitch black. This is 4 o'clock in the morning. So that was great. As far as being set on fire, that wasn't really that big a stunt. I mean, I realize it is a stunt, but when you're standing in 4 feet of water and your whole backside is on fire and you feel that you're hot, it's time to go into water, you dunk yourself. How safe can that be? I mean, you get to put yourself out. So whatever point you feel that you're getting a little bit too much heat and you go into water, you just immediately, you're out.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, have you done much acting after this, or have you not been interested any longer?
Well, I did, another movie called Highway to Hell. Within about 6 months after this, I played Hell Cop.
Joe was talking about you in that movie earlier today. Yes.
It's interesting. Unfortunately, it was made by Hemdale, and unfortunately, Hemdale bankruptcied prior to the departure of a national release. Interesting enough, when you go back and look at it now, you see a lot of the Jasons from Part 3, Mask, original, in the background, but you also see that there were a lot of... Ben Stiller was in it, for instance.
Interesting.
At a very small part for maybe 5 seconds. They smacked him. Christy Swanson, Skating with the Stars,
wow.
Buffy and the Vampire. Patrick Bergen, who played Sleeping with the Enemy opposite of Julia Roberts. Chad Lowe, Rob Lowe's little brother, who was married to Hilary Swank, who got an Oscar a couple years ago. A lot of formidable people, unfortunately, it just never made distribution.
Wow, interesting. But it is common and it does occur. Is this the original one?
That's it, Part 3. Keep going. Oh, I think she's great.
Thank you very much for the interview. Do you have a website?
Yes, I do. It's, of course, www.jasonvi, as in VictorIndia.com. Jason6.com.
Will you put this on for me?
Always. May I wear your mask, Richard Booker? Yes. You always want to ask permission when you wear another Jason's mask because there's a camaraderie of this fraternity.
I would be honored.
There you go.
There you go.
Too scary. Thank you so much for the interview. Any last words?
Hey, stay out of the woods.
Thank you. And that was my interview with CJ Graham.